Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's study about boilers. What is a boiler? A closed vessel made up of steel to transfer heat produced by combustion of fuel to water and ultimately generate steam. Basically, as the name implies, boiler is a device, okay? It produces hot water or steam. Usually in companies it is used, industries and companies, they use it for producing steam. Also, other definition goes, a steam generator or a boiler is usually a closed vessel made up of steel. Its function is to transfer the heat produced by the combustion of the fuel to water, ultimately to generate the steam. Okay, so the basic goal using the boiler is to produce steam. Now, what characteristics should a boiler have? Generate maximum steam, light in weight, do not occupy large space, proper safety regulations. This is very important because a good boiler should be safe enough to use, because there is huge amount of temperature and pressures involved. When you say steam, that means it is very dangerous. It has high temperatures and high pressure. Cheaper in cost, easily accessible for inspection and repair. These are the basic necessities of a boiler to be selected. Now, sources of heat in boiler. The source of heat in boiler are wood, coal, diesel, natural gas, nuclear energy. Now, wood is the old type of boilers. These days we use only diesel. Visually in Saudi Arabia, all the companies, they have boilers using diesel and natural gas. Okay, wood and coal, it was used before in the earlier boilers. Nowadays we use diesel, natural gas or nuclear energy. If nuclear energy is available in abundance, you use nuclear energy. But usually the most common fuel is diesel and natural gas. Now, types of boiler. Water tube, fire tube, packaged, stoker, pulverized, waste heat, fluidized bed. Okay, now these are the most common type of boilers. In this, the most common type of boilers are these two: water tube, fire tube. Now, as the name says, water tube means, we'll discuss about this. We'll discuss in the correct slides. That's better. Now, water tube boiler. As the name says, the water tube boiler. The name goes, and the water is inside the tubes. Okay, and fire is outside the tube. So the water is contained inside the tubes, which are surrounded by flames and hot gases from outside. Used for high steam demand and pressure requirements. Capacity range of 4,500 to 120,000 kg per hour of supply of steam. Okay. For example, these are the types of boilers based on water tube design: Babcock and Wilcox boiler, Stirling boiler, Lamount boiler, Yarrow boiler, and Leofer boiler. Okay, so now basically here the water is inside the tube and fire is outside. Now, what do you expect from this boiler? We expect that the steam will be in very high and pressure will be very high. Why? Because water is less, fire is more. Water is only flowing through the tubes, and the fire is surrounding the whole area. The quantity of fire is more and the water is less, so that means the pressure of the steam and also the production of steam will be faster. And also this boiler is very dangerous, because if there is less supply of water, what will happen? Chances of accidents, damage, of explosions are there. Why? Because if this water dries up, there is supply, inlet water blocks or clogs, then this fire will heat up the tubes, and this will if this will chances of damaging or bursting of boilers are there. So this is more dangerous, little dangerous in safety aspects, but it provides huge it can give a huge quantity of steam and at high pressures. Fire tube boiler. Now fire tube boiler, as the name says, the fire is inside the tube, the water is outside. Now what do you see? Fire is going through the tube and water is outside. Now what do you see? It is opposite to the water tube. Yes. Now amount of fire is less, and the amount of water or the steam water around the fire is more. So this boiler is more safe. Okay, more safe, but production is little less compared to water tube, but this one is more safer boiler. Heat is conducted through the walls of the tube from the hot gases through the surrounding air. Okay, so thus it produces the steam. Fire tube boiler, relatively small steam capacities. Why? Because fire is inside the tube, very less steam is produced because the fire is very less. So the steam is in low quantities, like up to 12,000 kg only. Operates with oil, gas or solid fuels. Okay, these are the list of example boilers. Okay, and as you see, fire is less and water is more. That means safety, more safe and less steam and at low pressure and low quantity. If you need low quantity, you use fire tube boiler. When you need high quantity, you use water tube boiler. Packaged boiler. So this boilers are basically a type of boilers. They consist of a whole package. You find the water storage system, you find the fire combustion chamber and control panel, the blower fans or the blowers attached for the combustion, for the combustion, safety valves, outlet, okay, and the chimney. Okay, this the features what it contains are high heat transfer, faster evaporation, good convective heat transfer, good combustion efficiency, high thermal efficiency. So this boiler basically is complete one in all equipment combined together to consume less space. And let's study about the features of this boiler. Here is the blower fan which will supply, and sometimes this boiler can be dual fuel. It can work on oil, also in gas. You have to change it from the control panel. It can work on both the fuels. Sometimes this type of boilers in industries. Now this is the package. This is the combustion chamber, and these are the tubes, water tubes. So basically this is a water tube package boiler. Now Stoker fired boiler. Now this type of boilers, this type of boilers, they have this super heater coils. They heat the steam here, okay, and above further they heat the steam again for making it superheated steam. Superheated steam means it contains very high pressure and temperature. It's almost like superheated steam is almost like dry steam. There is no moisture in it. It's more than 250 degrees Celsius. Okay, there is this forced draft fan. So there are blowers attached so that the combustion is aided. Okay. Now for pulverized boiler. Now in pulverized boiler, what you have is basically this pulverized means it is a form of coal, almost a powder. It's powder coal which is used to get the combustion. As a fuel, it is used as a fuel to get the combustion and to heat the water to make it steam. The benefit of this boiler is that you can use different quality of coal, because powder, it is powder, so you can mix the different qualities of coal, and you can quick response to load changes and high preheat temperatures. Now if you have powdered form of fuel, then it is easier to burn rather than a solid coal. Like for example, if you want to burn a coal or coal powder, which one takes more time? Definitely the solid coal chunks. The powder is easier to burn. So this boiler uses this powder form of coal to produce heat and then produce steam. Waste heat boiler. Now this boiler is very important and used in almost all the process plants and industries. So used when the waste heat available at the medium to high temperature. Now this one boiler is used when there is a excess waste heat available, for example from turbines or from any equipments it's available. Like in Jubail we have almost process industries, they have this waste heat boiler, because they have so much of heat generated from turbines or this, so they can use a boiler to heat that. So auxiliary fuel burners used if steam demand is more than the waste heat can generate. So you can attach some fuel burners also if the steam demand is more than the waste heat that is generated from the system, used in heat recovery from exhaust gases from gas turbines and diesel engines. Okay, in diesel engines, also in our automobiles this technology has come. They use the exhaust heat from the silencer to heat the fuel so that the car runs faster, like supercharge or super sports mode. When you use sports mode, the fuel gets heated up from the exhaust. There is some valve opens from the exhaust and passes the hot gases through the fuel. Okay, so this one is basically using the hot waste gases from the stream, and it used to heat the water tubes, and steam is come. If there is not enough heat, then they will use additional burners. Now fluidized bed boiler. Now basically this boiler uses this type of fuel like coal, rice husk and agricultural waste. These are if you have this type of waste and you want to use it as a fuel, this type of boiler is used. It is compact, fuel flexibility, you can use whichever fuel you want, and higher combustion efficiency. And basically what this happens is that with high velocity of air, you see here this is the ash, they are throwing some ash, maybe it is coal or rice husk or anything, and there is high velocity air is thrown. The particles are thrown and they are ignited. So this will give high temperature, and this temperature will heat the water and produce steam. So this is also a type of boiler which is used as per the availability of the fuel. If this is available, then this is used. Now this is a typical coal-fired power plant where the steam is used. So you can see this is a steam turbine. So what happens, the coal is supplied from wherever it is available from the coal mines through the conveyor belt, and it comes and it ignites here, and the steam is produced, and the steam turbine is supplied to steam turbine runs, and in fact steam turbine rotates the generator generates the electricity, and this electricity is supplied through the transformers. That's all. Thank you very much. Thanks. Best of luck.